is due to Rouche or Rouche, should say Rouche's theorem. Okay, so let gamma be a chain that path. Here it will be simple P. It will be a path, right? So it's not worth doing it for a chain. So let gamma homologous to 0. It's a closed path in U, which is homologous to 0 in U, and then assume that gamma has interior. Right, so it's not like there's some open subset, open set, which is the interior of this path, and let's take a couple of functions, f and g, which are holomorphic in U. Well, then the following interesting formula happens. So then, well, there's one more condition before then. And also, absolute value of f of z minus g of z is strictly less than absolute value of f of z for any z on gamma. Right, so if on that chain, on that path, one function, absolute value function is always greater than the difference between that function and the other trial function, well then, these two functions, f and g, they have the same number of zeros in the interior of gamma. Yeah, so in other words, well, before proving it, let me give you an example why it's an important theorem. So let's take a polynomial, so p of z, which is z to the 8 minus 5z cubed plus z minus 2, right? And then we can ask ourselves, how many zeros does it have inside a unit disk, right? So how many zeros? So you have a disk of unit radius centered at 0, and you ask yourselves, how many zeros? How many solutions? Well, how many roots does it have? This degree 8 polynomial does it have inside the unit disk? Well, you probably heard, I think I mentioned it before, that you have if you have a complex polynomial with complex coefficients, polynomial over C, then counting with multiplicities, it has exactly the same number of roots as its power, as its degree, right? So this polynomial should have 8 roots somewhere in the complex plane. So we'll prove that theorem a bit later, but for now, let's just answer this more modest question. So like, can we count the number of zeros in the interior of some closed path? Well, let's take a trial function. Let's compare it against function f of z, which is minus 5z cubed. Now, how many zeros does the function minus 5z cubed have inside the unit circle? Right, so well, it has 3 if you count with multiplicities, right? So this function f has, well, all its zeros are here, right? It has 0 in the origin with multiplicity 3. Now let's compare them, f of z minus p of z. So it's equal to minus z to the 8 minus z plus 2, right? And then we need to only worry about the unit circle. So we need to show, so if this is less than absolute value of f of z, which is minus 5z cubed, right? So, which in this case is equal to 5. So it's clearly the case, right? Because but what is the maximal value this function can take, right? It's 4, right? So actually even 4 is not achievable, right? So anyhow, so whatever value of z you take, if z is in a unit circle, this guy on the left, right, it's always less than 5. Yeah, so therefore the theorem works, right? So we are in the realm of the theorem, and we can declare that P of z has also 3 roots, right? So the polynomial has 3 roots inside that disk. Okay, so remember we have this condition so that f of z minus g of z absolute value is less than absolute value of f of z for any z on gamma. Okay, so let's if this is the case, then we can say that g of z divided by f of z minus 1 is less than 1 for any z on gamma. So geometrically, it means that the following, that if you look at the complex z plane, then if you look at the disk centered at 1 with radius 1, then the values of this function, let's call the function f of z, define it to be g over f of z. Then values of function big F, they are contained inside the unit disk of radius 1, right? So values of f are contained inside this disk over here. Okay, that's a first observation. And then consider the closed path inside that disk now. So and now, so let's do the integration over. So consider the following composition. So if you take gamma, the curve, the path, and then superimpose it with f, then this would be the closed path inside that open disk. Just because what I just said, right? So that would be gamma composition with f. So if this is the case, let's integrate, right? So so first, if you put at if you look at point 0, the origin of the coordinate system here, then the winding number of this path relative to 0 has to be 0, right? Because 0 is outside of the contour, right? It's outside of this path. And that's from one side, and from the other side, we can integrate, well, we can integrate, let's integrate the form z over z over, from the definition, right? So winding number is integral over dz over z minus 0 over this curve. And now we're using the definition of the integral. So we'll get integral from some a to b, where this is just the parameterization of the curve, gamma, right? So it's f prime of gamma of t divided by f of gamma of t times the derivative gamma prime of t dt. So you remember gamma can be some piecewise smooth linear path in that set. And then it's the same as integral over gamma of big F prime over small f prime. And then because big F is g over little f, then you can just calculate this derivative and you will get g prime over g minus f prime over f. right? Because it's, well, it's a simple calculation. So if you have G over F prime, right, divided by G over F, well, you do the formula, right? And then there'll be a minus sign from the fraction derivative, and then you'll get G prime over G minus F prime over F. So this integral is equal to 0. And therefore, therefore integral over G prime over G over gamma is equal to integral over F prime over F over gamma. And then because of the theorem from the beginning of the lecture, the theorem about logarithmic derivatives, the sum of orders of G at Zj, j equals 1 to, say, n, should be equal to sum of orders of F at some points. Let's call them differently. Let's call them W, WA, A goes from 1 to L, right? So they can be different number, but that's what means that means that you come out with multiplicities, right? So the total number of orders, the total sum of orders is the same. Yeah, so that's Rouche's theorem.